was a 2,400-year-old Greek love story from Plato by way of Aristophanes about the longing of how many of us feel for another to make us whole. Once upon a time, people were not born separate from each other. They were born entwined, coupled with each other, in a wonderfully intimate ball. We had 8 limbs, so you didn't have to walk if you didn't want to. You could roll backwards and roll forwards, and roll we did, achieving fantastic speeds that gave us a kind of courage. And then the courage swelled to pride, and the pride became arrogance. And then we decided we were greater than the gods, and we tried to roll up and take them over.
I looked at them, I watched them, I just kind of sat back. And I watched how they acted toward each other and how they treated each other and how they had goo-goo eyes with each other. And I'm like, oh wow. And then about a year ago, I remember Adam and Lauren came to visit us. And I'm sitting on my couch at 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and everybody's sleeping, and Adam comes in. And he goes, I have to ask you a question.
We're lost in an amazement of love and friendship and intimacy. We won't get out of each other's sight, even for a moment. These are people who pass their whole lives together, yet if you ask them, they could not explain what they desire of each other. They just do.
Oh gosh, babe, you look beautiful.
Thanks, babe.
Gorgeous.
Thanks, babe.
Babe.
You look cute.
And he goes, you know, your daughter has been with me for a year in Europe, and I've never been happier in my life. And I love your daughter with all my heart. And then he said, she makes me a better person. And he goes, I would like to ask you for her hand in marriage. That was the sweetest thing.
So, we create this little world between us. It's a world where we can be our true selves. A world that makes us giddy and laugh simply because we saw each other. A world that we're slightly embarrassed to show anyone else, but when no one's watching, it appears. The thing is, we struggle to put this world into words. I love you doesn't do it justice. I promise to do what's right, even when it's difficult and there's an easy way out. You've shown me the way with all you've sacrificed to be with me. I promise to appreciate all the little ways that you show your love, your embrace, your warmth, the way you look at me. And just when I think it's impossible to love you anymore, you prove me wrong. I hope we'll look back on this day, our wedding day, as the day we loved each other the least, so that our love only deepens and grows through the years.
Let us lift our glasses. In Italy, they say salute. And John and Anna, in China, they say ganbei. Kinda. We love you guys. Cheers. Happy 0th anniversary.
You're my soulmate, and I truly believe that there's no couple in this world with a love as great and as strong and as meant to be as ours. J'ai de la chance d'avoir trouvé quelqu'un qui est aussi bizarre que moi. Et en fait, franchement, je suis vachement excitée de me marier avec toi et j'ai hâte de t'écraser les fesses pour le reste de ta vie. De ma vie. So today I promise to respect you, to trust you, and to encourage you in everything you do. I promise to work together when the road gets rough and never quit. I will always hold your hand and kiss you goodnight, and I vow to care for you, stand beside you, and share all of life's joys and sorrows with you. But most of all, I promise to love you with all of my heart until the end of time.
If for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Lauren's younger sister. My name's Nikki. If any of you knew us growing up, you probably remember that Lauren and I did not get along very well. We were always at each other's throats, and we're much better now, so that's fine. But but it didn't start out that way. And we were never very like mushy, lovey, feely sisters. So I didn't want to give that kind of a speech because I didn't think Lauren would appreciate it. Anyway, so when we were younger, Lauren always saw me as sort of her like bratty, self-centered little sister, and it was totally true. That was very accurate. So in honor of that, for my speech today for you, Lauren, I wanted to tell everyone here why this wedding was very great for me. This was actually my idea. And Lauren might not remember this, but her and Adam, so they met in Madagascar. You probably know the story. They were on this crazy volunteer trip. And when she got back, she had like 1,000 pictures, and she made me and my mom and my dad sit down on the couch and look through every single picture one by one. It took like 5 hours. Anyway, so we're going through these pictures, and there's all these pictures of her and this guy, like over and over again. And I remember I said, Lauren, who is that? He's pretty cute. I think you guys should date. And she said, Nikki, you can't just do that. You can't just decide you're gonna date someone. And I said, yeah, you can. And now, a few years later, here we are. So I would like to take credit for this. Anyway. And she's in a much better mood when you're around. Lauren's not a morning person. She's very cranky and scary in the mornings. But when Adam is around, she's just like always in an incredible mood. She's so happy. So we're also going to ask that you two only visit together. We don't want her to come home without you anymore. And my parents also are like, have been so excited planning this wedding for the past year. They're like wedding planners extraordinaire, and they think you're like the best, like the most perfect son-in-law ever. Like from the time you guys said I do like 2 hours ago, you have become the favorite child, and you haven't done anything yet. So, but not the dogs. You'll never beat the dogs. So don't even try. But no, seriously, I do think you guys are like the perfect couple. You're both kind of nerdy, but you look really cute together, and I really like seeing you guys together. I actually do think that you're perfect together. So I am really glad that my sister has picked you. So, so I just want to say welcome to the Arnone family, Adam. It is not as bad as it sounds. And you'll be okay. So, cheers to Lauren and Adam. May your lives continue to be infinitely more interesting and exciting than all of our lives all the time. So, congratulations and welcome to the family, Adam. Cheers.
He's a maximizer. He takes a good thing in life, finds as much of it as possible, takes it to the extreme. And when he's seeking intimacy, love, affection, he becomes the best man he can be. And as I'm sure he will be, a devoted husband. So, here's to Adam, here's to Lauren, here's to their future together, maximizing every moment. Cheers.
By the power vested in me by the state of Florida, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Adam Young.